Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Flesh and Blood stream. Tonight, we have our final Columbus prep. For anybody who does not know, Calling Columbus is this weekend, and Tuesday night stream was all about, can we beat Verdance? Well, I talked about the math of 1 Arcane Compliance versus 1 Poison the Well, and even though we went 3-1 on stream, excuse me, there was only one game where I really felt like the pressure was on and I was forced to play perfectly, and my opponent understood the grind of the back and forth game. And it took us a full hour. No, that wasn't the game that went the full hour, but I ended up losing regardless. And so I think our plan for playing against Verdance this weekend is going to be we're gonna play 1 Warhorn and 2 copies of Poison the Well. I've mixed the list up quite a bit. I won't lie. I was kind of going back and forth on what cards I should play, what should my final tech pieces be, where should we be, and after giving it some thought, considering a couple of different conversations I had today with some friends, and some people's opinions that I really respect, I have decided to try and tech a little bit more for Acilio. So we're playing 2 Amulet of Echoes in our sideboard, and I'm going to talk about all this here in just a minute. And I have cut Choke Slams and Staunch Responses from the deck, so that I can be on Peck Perfects, and I can also have the Verdance tech in the sideboard. So we are shifting things around quite a bit tonight. I'm going to pull up the deck. We're going to talk about it here in just a minute, but we are going to be looking for some Acilio games tonight to see how much room Amulet of Echoes actually buys us into the Acilio matchup. Plus, Amulet of Echoes does give us, quote unquote, some percentage points into Verdance, which also kind of helps. And I'm going to talk about all this here in just a minute. But yeah, we've changed the list around quite a bit. And so I'm very excited to see how the deck feels tonight and if it feels good. I will tell you right now, before anybody asks in a few minutes, we are losing the Gravy Bones matchup. We've talked about this in the past, and the Gravy Bones matchup is the hardest matchup to tech for. Now, I have played games where I have been playing 3 copies of Performance Bonus and 1 copy of Midas Touch, and I've been playing Remembrance, and I've won games playing that because it can work. But every time I've tested that theory or that concept into somebody like Sam or like a very, very good, into a very good Gravy Bones player, it never pans out for me. And so, with that in mind, I have cut the Gravy Bones tech. I have made our Gravy Bones matchup worse. I have made our Brute matchup worse. So I'm hoping we can dodge KO and Rhinar this weekend. KO or both are kind of like okay matchups anyway. So we're gonna see what happens and how it feels tonight. For anybody who is curious, I have updated the list. I have updated the sideboard guides. If you are somebody who bought the metafy guide, or if you are a YouTube member or Twitch subscriber, I have updated it, all of it, so you guys have access to it. I am also going to post an update tomorrow in the metafy guide. I'm going to add in the blue aftershock. I'm going to add that to the blue base section where I talk about that. I'm going to just talk about some of the additions to the list and really what we are hoping to accomplish with it, and just kind of go from there. So that is the goal. That's the objective for tonight. So you guys know what's going on. Dot, Dakota, Bing, Damien, Donnie, Rose, Jeff, Philip, Jay, Drew, Derek, Ben, Ian, Philip again, Trent, Bringe, Dave, Mekado. What is up, guys? Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you guys for coming by. Don't forget, if you're going to be in Columbus this weekend, come say hi. Love to chat with you. Love to get to know you. It'd be cool to get to hang out. Good luck this weekend. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I think sacking off a matchup makes sense. So my thought process has been that I have to give up one matchup. I have ran in circles trying to figure things out. And you can get gravy to about a 30 to 40%, probably closer to like 50 or 60% against like a less good gravy. But against a good Gravy Bones, if you tech, if you play right, if you have the right plan, you get it to about 30 to 40%. So I have decided to let the Gravy Bones matchup go. We're just going to hope we don't play it this weekend, and we're going to tech for every other deck in the room this weekend. I guess technically except for OGKO. So I'm just hoping to dodge that one. How am I feeling about Prism? I mean, like, I think Prism is a favored matchup for us. It's not a free one by any means, but it's a favored one. Yo, Simper, thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Paul, what's up, buddy? Doesn't have might tokens? Yo, I do have might tokens. I've got some cool ones that I use every time I play the deck. I think sideboarding slots should be used to improve matchups to winning positions, not making terrible matchups just bad. Yeah, no, I agree, Ian. I completely agree, and so that's what we're going to try tonight. OGKO doesn't need tech, just get lucky. I mean, even when I have the tech, I still find myself in a position where I'm like, well, I need to get lucky anyway. Like, that's kind of how I feel about it, Michael. Yo, Pockets, thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. Guys, thanks for being here. I appreciate you guys coming by. Jay, what's up, dude? Donnie said, washed my wife's uniform and missed a pocket check on one. Let's see if I can get lipstick out of khaki work shirts before the stream ends. Yo, Donnie, that's too funny. Best of luck. I know that sucks. So best of luck. I hope that works out for you. So let's take a look at the deck and let's talk about what we're doing. I am on a 45 card main deck now instead of 46 cards. Our blue base has not changed from Tuesday night. We're still playing the 3 copies of Aftershock. One of the things that has changed is there is no longer 3 copies of Chokeslam in my main deck, and I'm now playing 2 copies of Peck Perfect. We talked about how powerful Aftershock is the other night on turn 0, where you are able to make a surge off Tectonic Plating, throw Aftershock, have 2 surges, which means that Peck Perfect or Spinal Crush is now a 2-card play. It is the card to play it and a blue to pitch it, which is insanely impactful because normally Peck Perfect or Spinal Crush being a 3-card play is one of the things that makes it a little weird sometimes. So I really think that the value that we can get, the potential value we are getting by setting up our deck in a way to like give us a good high roll potential is very good. 2 copies of Peck Perfect is very good against other decks. Like I really like the idea of Peck Perfect into Verdance. Kind of forces them to make a decision. I think a lot of Verdance will just take 9 against you, but still, that's 9 life that they are taking to the face. And then the rest of our cards are the same in the main deck. I am still a right behind you believer. We are in a spot with my list right now where I am playing 12 to 15 misses in a lot of matchups, and you will have misses on top of your deck more often than you realize. So this right behind you is a very, very impactful tool to make sure that you are still in a good position and trying to like help us make like our clashes hit and things like that. Yo, Delph, what's up, dude? Tech for warrior and assassin? Yes, I agree. Peck Perfect is also very, very good tech for a warrior and assassin. 100%. Update, it's not looking good. Diving out to get more stain remover. Good luck on game 1. Thanks, Donnie. I appreciate it. Yo, Delph, thanks, buddy. Yeah, the 2-card 9s are really good, Trent. I really like the idea of that. This is my new sideboard now with everything that we have changed around. I am still on, well, if you saw my list yesterday and you're seeing my list now, you'll notice it's not the same as it was yesterday. I have made some changes. We are on AB6. We are on 2 copies of Poison the Well. A lot of Verdance players are not playing Surge and Aethertide into us. So even though the value of Arcane Compliance is insane against Surge and Aethertide, I think we are just forced into playing AB6 and 2 Poison the Wells and just trying to make it work. I think that's just like what we need to do. And then I'm also playing 1 copy. I can only play 1 copy. It's a legendary of Imperial Warhorn. Imperial Warhorn is very good at keeping potions off the board. If they are not on potion combo against us, then we are able to use Imperial Warhorn as a tool to like kill Ring of Roses, to kill a Channel of the Millennium Tree if we need to. This card has amazing room and like it does a lot of great things. So Imperial Warhorn looks to be very, very impactful. I'm very excited to have this back in the list, especially with 2 copies of Remembrance. 2 copies of Remembrance means that we can keep potions off the board for a while, and we can try to get Verdance to a point to where they are forced into actually trying to combo with only 2 or 3 potions in play. And if we have Poison the Wells on that turn, it could just be a blowout. And then the newest piece of tech that I have in the deck here that we've not talked about before is Amulet of Echoes. Amulet of Echoes is mainly in our sideboard to try and shore up the Acilio matchup. We are going to try 2 copies of Amulet of Echoes in the sideboard tonight to see how it plays into Acilio. Are we able to pressure them enough to be able to make this work? This also serves as a quote-unquote tech piece into Verdance as a good way to try and slow down their combo. If Verdance is on a plan where they arsenal the Rampant Growth in Life and they are going for the Surge and Aethertide combo with a card from hand, Amulet of Echoes completely shuts that down. Plus, we're on 34 blues against Verdance now. So this card is a great tech piece into some matchups that we can use some extra points into, and it just lines up well. If Amulet of Echoes is not good enough, I am going to try the weakest link to see if we can make that work into Acilio as a different option. Delph said hiss. I love it. I love it. A little late. Yo, Martin, what's up, dude? Getting my Victor back together. Last time I played was July. My local meta is kind of narrow, but it's sick to see the evolution of the list or ideas I can yoink. Victor has changed so much. Victor has changed so much over the course of 2025 and now into RTN season for 2026. The deck just keeps evolving. Just keeps evolving. Still tossing around the idea of trading a blue base for a yellow right behind you. 27 blues scares me. I'm going to be honest, Philip. I am a firm believer that 30 blues is correct, but a lot of people believe 27 works. A lot of people believe 27 works. Let's see. If you're shipping gravy, I wonder if 1x Pummel would be better into Acilio than 1x Midas Touch. So the Midas Touch is, in my opinion, a necessary sideboard card because it is the card that keeps us from getting looped against Prism. Now, good Prism players will make you sweat even if you have the Midas Touch, but I am a believer that the one of Midas Touch is a necessary tool to have against the Prism matchup, because if not, you don't really have a way to be able to clear Rebirth and Arclight Sentinel in the same turn. So I think having Midas Touch on the board is like a necessary piece. I did wrestle with Michael, so that is, you actually just took the thoughts out of my brain. I did wrestle with cutting a 1 of performance bonus to play a 1 of pummel because I really like the idea of playing a 1 of pummel into Verdance. I really like the idea of playing a 1 of pummel into like Acilio to help with pressure. I think there are quite a few matchups where a 1 of pummel could line up really nicely for us. And so the value of that is being debated in my head right now, but I think the performance bonus is too good against Kasai, which is a deck I'm expecting to be popular this weekend. What's up, Annabelle? I also think that people playing Surgent into you are the Majin Bay subs that don't necessarily understand the matchup, I think. I can see the argument for Surgent, but I think if you're ready for them, it's not a surefire win. I actually agree, Trent. 1 of Pummel changes anytime we match up in your favor. Yeah, no, it does. It like the 1 of Pummel lines up pretty well. It works really well against KO. It works really well against Reinhardt. It works really well against Verdance. It even has play into Gravy. It's good into the Guardian Mirrors. These are things I have considered. Like we may make that change before the night's over with, but right now, I'm not convinced that we should be playing it. Sean, what's up, dude? I'm sorry you won't make it, man. Tell me not to buy riches so I can play Victor. I mean, listen, Bing, I'm not telling you to spend your money. Just open one. Buy a pack of high seas and just open one. Come on, forehead. Not running Trounce and Pummel is crazy to see, but I understand why. Yeah, I think Trounce is in a very, very bad spot. I think Trounce is in a very bad spot in the meta right now. Like, I just think it's too much. It's too high risk for too little reward right now, in my opinion. And playing Pummel, I actually really miss playing Pummel. We are on a very defensive variation of the deck right now. There is definitely a world where like we start pivoting back to an offensive version of the deck. I don't know when or what that meta looks like, but it's possible that we could see something like that for Yokohama. I just heard Echoes just got banned. Oh, I'll have to take out Amulet. Will I, Derek? Will I have to take out Amulet? Kevin keeps me ready for Prism. Facts, Dakota, facts. Not much of a competitive player, but are there any guides on fatiguing on a budget in CC? So, Arcane, I'm going to be honest. I've never seen a guide about like how to do things on a budget. I don't know that there's a metafy guide that exists for that. If there is, I've never seen one. I'm sorry, buddy. I've never seen one. Just feeling bad in bed? I'm sorry, Belle. I hope you get to feeling better. I think the Psych War 1 of Pummel could actually be insane. What are your thoughts on splitting the 2 Poison the Wells into 1 Poison and 1 Arcane Compliance? So we did that on Tuesday's stream. And I think that we just need to use Warhorn. And I think that having... Hang on, is this turned on? Hang on 1 second. Let me turn this on really quick. I think having a combination of Poison the Well, Amulet of Echoes, and Warhorn means we don't need Arcane Compliance. I am not entirely sold that this is correct, but right now, that's what I'm trying to do. That is what I'm aiming for. That is true. Pleiades could be a very, very impactful fatigue deck on a budget. Man, I don't know. Like, how much is Rampart? How much is Rampart? I mean, I guess a lot of the Guardian cards are pretty cheap. You might be able to make that work, actually. That's a lot of Wizard tech. I am more prepared for Wizard than I am Gravy this weekend. Damien is the idea. I do prefer the defensive version of Victor to the offensive version. Both are pretty mid-range, but the defensive version plays so cleanly. It just has so many diverse game plans and depth. I completely agree, Michael. Completely agree. I was just thinking because of the also importance that compliance goes into Acilio too. So I went back and forth about this, right? And I talked about this. I actually wrote a section about this in my metafy guide where I had mentioned that compliance has a chance to get potential value into Acilio. And I think if I was going to be on an Arcane Compliance, I would probably be on 1 Amulet. Like, it would probably be like 1 Amulet and 1 Arcane Compliance, and I was still leaving the Poison the Wells. I don't think that's correct, but it's possible that an Arcane Compliance could be good enough. Can we kiss under the Buckeye statue in Columbus? You got to take that up with Carly, dog. I don't know if she's gonna have that one, fam. She might kill you, Taylor. She might kill you. Prepping for wizards versus one gravy is probably correct. Versus one gravy. I'm not sure what you mean by one gravy, Rose. The hardest part I feel about the defensive Victor deck is Warrior. Kasai is such a tough matchup with all the tools she has now, making even 1 to 2 sellswords feel so bad. So I do agree, Michael. That is like definitely like one of the things that like is a struggle. And it can be tough. That's really why I like the 1 of performance bonus. I am a really big fan of Into the Kasai matchup. The early game is all about keeping your life up, trying to keep the board clear, and then we're just going to use our gold main estates. And then when we get to second cycle, it's all about remembrance. It is all about remembrance and the gold main estate plan in that matchup. I am convinced that you have to be able to high roll a little bit second cycle and just obliterate them with gold main estates. I think it's the only way you can win consistently. 2 wizard heroes versus 1. Oh, gotcha. I got you. No, that makes sense. I agree, Rose. I think we are more teched for wizard right now, and I think that has to be the plan. Yo, amateur. What up, dude? What Carly doesn't know won't hurt her? Oh my god, Trent's trying to like get somebody killed. Rampart and Gym Pack? Oh, that's right. There is a Rampart in the Gym Pack. Is Rampart pretty cheap now? Does anybody know the cost of Rampart at this point? I honestly don't know how much it is. I've owned a Rampart since the olden days, so I don't know. Ugh. Thinking about Pleiades? I mean, Pleiades is really good. Okay, so somebody said 40, somebody said 30. I mean, I think that if Rampart is $30 to $40, there's probably a budget version of Pleiades that exists that you could play. Let's see. We are looking for Cilio or Verdance. Yeah, didn't come out. We're gonna look for these 2 matchups. These are the 2 matchups I want to focus on tonight. Uh-oh, you've summoned Carly. You have summoned Carly. Trent's about to get us all killed. So we're not gonna run Lantern. This is not a Lantern matchup. Oh, this is Derek. Dude, Derek, good luck, brother. I gotta look and see how we sideboard. I honestly can't remember how we sideboard. I fixed it earlier, but this is why I have the Acilio guide. I wanted to go first. Echoes, Boulder Drops, Clash of Bravados, E-Strikes, I'm pretty sure. Oh, wrong hero. Yep, E-Strikes, and then we're on 1 Sink Below and 3 Toigs. Yeah, I think this is the way to play it. And then we're also up on blues a little bit, so it could help. And then let's see. We're not on Lantern or Balance. Yeah, we're playing it like this. Let's see. We are playing against 1 Silly Boy, and we are going second, unfortunately. Acilio being higher life than us is unfortunate, but it is, or lower life. But it is what it is. We did have the Aftershock into Arsenal Peck Perfect line here, which is pretty cool. Don't ask what happened at dinner every night in Atlanta. Oh my god, Trent. We'll keep the Aftershock, I guess. I'm content just blocking here, I think. To think I opened our house to you. Oh, Derek's a bum? Yo, Michael getting in the chat just to call Derek a bum is actually crazy work. That is crazy work. How many hot wings do I think I could eat in one sitting? How many hot wings do I think I could eat in one setting? I don't know. That's a good question. That's a really interesting question. You got me thinking on that one, Drew. You got me thinking on that one, dog. I don't know. That's a tough one. 73? Oh, I don't know about that. Into this matchup seems like it either does nothing or even sometimes helps them most of the time. I mean, yeah, so like it is definitely one of those things where it's like Clash of Bravado is not like the best in this matchup, but wow, that sucks. We're not going to break our shield, so we're just going to lose that. Wow. All right. That all right, that just happened. Okay, so this is a great moment to talk about how we can fight through adversity. Man, that would have been great. I would have loved to have drawn that Amulet of Echoes this turn. Sheesh. And we couldn't get rid of the Gone in the Flash, which is unfortunate. Man. That sucks. That sucks. I guess we're just going to block with this as well. We're getting ready to make a gold, so I mean, hopefully we have something on top. Yeah, F's in chat is wow. F's in chat is correct. We are getting cooked right now. We have lost 3 clashes in a row to Acilio. If you need me, I will be crying in the corner because oh my god. The test of strength's on top, so we just have to hope they have a miss. I mean, I guess no, we're gonna draw it with the gold. That's right. That's why it worked out. Dude, as Taylor would say, I don't want it enough. I don't want it enough. This is so bad. Oh, you need to lock your Victor cards in Submit to stop playing this deck. I mean, listen, we're just selling our Victor cards after Columbus confirmed. Last minute pivot to Pleiades. As much as I like Pleiades, I couldn't play the deck at a high enough level to do well with it this weekend. I like the deck a lot, but like, there's no shot I could play it at the like. It is Thursday. There's no world I'm pivoting right now and understand the deck well enough to win with it. Although we probably will test that deck some when I get back. I do think that deck's really cool. Okay. Here's where we change it all around. We can do this, deck. We can do this. Right here. I have faith in us. I have faith in us. Okay. Okay, that's what we're talking about. We just got to get we got to get a little motion. We got to get a little motion going. We're good. We're good. There's a Sigil of Lightning on top of their deck. They go back to 29. That's 2 sigils so far. We're gonna have to kind of play this and see if they're gonna like how they're gonna play this. What is this gonna come in for? I mean, we're just gonna AB2 with the Clash of Bravado. That actually works out pretty well. I'm not seeing enough movement out there. Yo, like ninja reference spotted. I love the ninja reference. The Nina reference. Let's throw this Command and Conquer at him. Let's throw this Command and Conquer at him and see if we can make this awkward. Last minute pivot to Prism. Yo, I have a better chance of doing well with Pleiades than I do that deck. Shuffle the deck better? Dude, I know, right? Like, I'm telling you, Taylor, when he watches this at some point, if he's watching right now, he's going to look back and go, God, it's a skill issue. Like, geez, bro. Like, you didn't want it enough. That's Taylor's favorite thing to say to me, I swear on my life. Last minute pivot to Betsy? Okay, all right. Mods. Oh, that's so funny. Cheerio Betsy? What does that even mean? What does Cheerio Betsy even mean? Last minute pivot to Fatigue Riptide Trust? I have to tell you, I mean this as nice as I know how to say it. I don't trust that. Y'all crack me up, though. What do I think the meta breakdown will be in Columbus? I think Verdance is going to be like one of the higher represented decks. Okay, good. We're cooking. We're cooking. I do think that Verdance will be one of the higher represented decks this weekend. That feels like a little inevitable almost. Not to like, quote Thanos too much or anything, but it does feel like that Verdance is going to be up there. I think Verdance and Acilio are going to be very rep decks this weekend. Mario and Kasai are going to be up there. You're probably going to see Gravy coming at like 4th or 5th of like repped decks, I would say. I'm playing Taylor Swift's list. Easy W's. Yo, what's up, Michael? When is it a bravado pivot or a bravo pivot? Okay, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to hear Raymond out on this one. Raymond might be cooking. Raymond might be cooking with the bravo pivot. I'm kind of in on the bravo pivot. Yeah, we'll pay 2 here. And that's their turn. I mean, I think that works out pretty well for us, right? Because it's going to be put Amulet into play. Seeing both Amulets in the top 4, like top like 16 to 18 cards of our deck is pretty impactful. Boulder Drop is a good impact piece. We were very lucky that Derek had a very bad turn last turn with having to block with all 3 pieces of his equipment. That lined up very well for us. Pretty happy about that. Derek's blocking, keeping his life up. I think this is a good clean block. The E-Strike will help us play offense. We do have to get Derek into a position to where we can kill him. Bravo is suspense or a pivot. I'm still convinced that's a deck. I know that I sound like I'm on like major copium when I say that, but I am convinced that that is still a deck. Like, I'm convinced that is a deck. Let's sink below. Let's see if he actually lets me sink or not. Nope, just kidding. Just kidding. That's okay. So I think we need to pressure here. So we're going to go again, and then we're going to make a surge and throw Boulder Drop. We are definitely at a point in the game where I think if we leave Derek with too many cards, we risk giving up a high impact turn. And that is pretty scary. Video this weekend and you're losing clashes to Kasai somehow. I mean, listen, if I show up and lose a bunch of classes, then, you know, like that's how it goes, you know? That's how it is sometimes. Would it be better to bluff Pummel and play the Echoes last instead of first? I mean, what we were doing didn't have go again, so how would we play it last instead of first? I'm not sure what you mean. Like, how could we bluff Pummel and still play it? Or do you mean like play it on like Arsenal it? You mean like block with the E-Strike or something and then like Arsenal it last turn and then throw it this turn or something? Is that what you mean? Oh, no, you're good, Chuck. Just bring Starvo to CC events. I mean, maybe nobody will notice. As the Mario matchup, very, very high-level Mario players is about 50-50, in my opinion. But, like, I think that, like, against, like, a relatively, like, you know, maybe a Mario who's not as... Oh, excuse me. Maybe not, you know, like, as great of a Mario player. I think we're about 60 to 70% in that matchup. It really just depends. Drawing Test of Iron Grip on this turn is, like, actually insane. Well, barring that we're not the one discarding a card. You're bringing Cinder this weekend? Yo, best of luck, Song. Best of luck. Come on, Toig. All you people, can't you see how your love's affecting our reality? Sorry, I'm going to try to stop singing tonight.
Lizard.
We're going to try to stop singing tonight. I tried Mario. The deck confuses me. The deck is not as straightforward as it seems, in my opinion. The deck is not as straightforward as it seems. Oh, I guess you could say we have a 67% win rate. Nice, Trent. Nice.
Some biddies, you say?
Yo, Bringe with the 5 bits. I appreciate it, dog. I appreciate it. We don't really have a lot of pressure this turn. Actually, you know what? We're just supposed to take 1 there, right? Like, we are just supposed to take 1 here, I think. Because the idea of throwing the Golden Sun could help us close the game out. And I like the idea of closing the game out. You're allowed to sing... Wait, what? But, oh, I'm allowed to sing, but only songs from the playlist I sent you? Oh, okay, I got you. I'm following now. All right, come on. Command and Conquer off the top. We already clashed, didn't we? What did we have? I guess we're about to find out. Wasn't it like a Cranial Crush or something? Yeah, nothing fun. Nothing that cool. I love the idea that the bell is just sitting here. Are we better off to crack a gold and try to arsenal something, or are we better off to just like make a new surge and ship it? I think we can come off of this for a turn. If it is the combo, we're in a pretty good position to be at 37. Let's break this. I mean, we're at 37 with Bell in play. Like, this feels like what we want the Acilio game to look like, right? I'm at work listening in the background. If I miss a performance, I apologize. No apologies. No apologies necessary. I appreciate the bids. Isn't Cranial Crush very good into Acilio? It can be situationally, yes. I'm more worried about having the breathing room to play it, Trent. That's true. We have Bell on board and Bell in chat. That is true. Taylor Swift and Valda are the only Guardians I like. But have I missed a running joke? Is Taylor Swift considered a Guardian? Did I miss something? We'll take one. I'm sure we're gonna get hit with the Sigil of Brilliance. Sure. So I do think I'm gonna crack a gold and try to go for the disable line. Because if there's not a D-react in... If we draw blue and there's not a D-react, is that actually just better? That's actually just better than disable? What a draw off the top of the deck. You love to see it. Okay. I mean, I'm pretty content with getting both Ether Spindles out of the deck. That feels pretty good to me. I mean, the longer we go with Amulet sitting in play, the better off we're going to be, so... Toy into another Command and Conquer seems very impactful. We need a good hit here, please. I mean, I think Ether Spindle is cooking a little bit. Huh. Wow, that's unfortunate. So not only did we put our last test of Iron Grip to the bottom, we still missed. That is highly unfortunate for us. Highly unfortunate. I mean, yeah, just draw the CNC and we're just there, right? How are you feeling for this weekend? More, I'm hoping to have a very good weekend, but you know, we'll see what happens. Allows them to get something back. Oh no, we actually blocked it. Wow, having AB2 is actually highly impactful here. Third CNC is like actually crazy work right here. Eric's sitting over there just begging for a turn for like me to take a turn off, pretty much, I think. I mean, there's still 2 more Gone in a Flashes in the deck. So like if he does lose the Gone in a Flash here, it's not the end of the world. He can still try to combo me later. Why do you love this matchup as Valda? Because they activate Acilio all the time and give you surges? I would like to see Pleiades be cool in Sage. That would be fun. Pleiades is a tall blonde musician. Oh, I guess that makes sense. Just gonna let it go. Okay. I mean, there's probably a situation where Derek couldn't block it or something. Okay, so we have 2 options here. We can play the estate, and then no matter if we draw red, we have to pitch everything to throw Spinal Crush, which is not like the most dominant thing in the world. Or we can throw the Spinal Crush Arsenal, the E-Strike. I mean, I don't really think Goldman Estate's our route to winning this game right now. I do not think this is our route for winning the game. I mean, Spinal Crush is also not like that broken here. Yeah, no, like this, like I completely agree, Dave. We have like rolled very poorly on the clash department, but we have rolled pretty hot in the draw department this game. Listen, we're taking a turn off right here. We're taking a turn off right here, Annabelle. Yeah, we just threw 3 CNCs. It was pretty good. Has Victor been feeling better since the bans? I mean, my copium brain keeps telling me it feels better more. Thinking about dropping AB1 for my KO sideboard since I only use it versus Vincent and need slots for other matchups. So I guess like you only play it in the Vincent? Like you actually only play it in the Vincent? Is that what you're saying, John? I just want to make sure I understand. So, do you guys think I'm crazy for taking 6 here and then going E-Strike, bottom the Choke Slam into play the Spinal Crush and just offer 14? Like, we're getting very close to combo range here, but I think that's, like, I don't know. Spinal Crush is an off-turn into this deck, Annabelle. Miss me with that trash. Lightning Greaves makes Spinal Crush an off-turn. Command and Conquer and Boulder Drop and, like, occasionally Cranial Crush are the 3 disruptive pieces we have in this deck. You're on AB1 only for Vincent. I mean, if you just don't respect Vincent, then, like, I would just let it go. I mean, Vincent's not really a played deck, at least in my area anyway. So, I mean, like, if you're looking to cut that and just not respect that matchup, then yeah, I would say fix other matchups, John, is what I would say. Lightning Greaves gives action points, dog. It literally plays around Spinal Crush. Like, if you are playing Lightning Greaves on combo turn and I throw Spinal Crush at you, you actually just take 9 every turn. No, Spinal Crush does not turn off Greaves. It gives action points, like the instant cards. And this says action cards and attacks. I promise you, Lightning Greaves plays around it. No, you're good. You're good. I thought I was like going crazy for a second. And so I was like, oh my God, am I just an idiot? Am I an idiot? Ah! Lethalese. You're a Guardian, you don't need to respect Vincent. Well, no, we're talking about from the Vincent point of view. So I mean, I think it's great. I think it's correct to just like protect other matchups if you're only playing it for Vincent. But also, I say that if you play at a local shop, John, that has like 5 Vincents at it, then maybe don't do it. I learned that the hard way. Yeah, that's why I referred to Spinal Crush as like an off turn, because as weird as that sounds, it is in this matchup. We don't care about Aftershock. Chokeslam has very little potential value. Make a new Surge and then throw Disable, because Disable's better than nothing, and then we can Arsenal Cranial Crush. This has been a pretty hot draw. And by that, I mean, it's been a pretty good draw from us. Like, our disruption is spaced out well, but also, like, Derek's draws have been really poorly. Really poorly. So if Cilio versus Victor is so bad for Squishy Wizard, no, it's not that bad, Luca. Normally, it's much closer than this. When you pair, like, how well we've drawn with how poorly Derek has drawn, it's, like, not a combo for him. How many sinks are left? We're out of sigils. And there's 1 sink below left, so... Is there anything in play I want to blow up? No, there's nothing in play I want to blow up. So I think we're going to go for the Golden Sun line here. And I think I'm content blocking with Boulder Drop and taking 1. I want to take 1 because if one of the cards that they're going to play is Channel Lightning Valley, which I should have checked that first. There is 1 left. Then we were better off to take 1 there. Does the crush effect of Cartilage Crush matter into the current meta? I think Cartilage Crush could, like, definitely matter. there's a lot of decks that are being like kind of like resource hungry, like a little like resource greedy right now, I would say. Now we'll blow up Conductivity. I don't want to blow up Brilliance. It gives them another card. I'd rather force them to have a card next turn. So you can have the go again. You already have action points. It doesn't matter. You've dealt damage to me. This is fine. We're going to hope it's not a Mind Warp. All right, all the Mind Warps are gone. Consigned to Cosmos is going to be like, what, 5? So we go to 20. I mean, I guess I could have used, like, was that the bell turn? Did I miss the bell turn? Did it matter? Would the Echoes have gotten any value that turn cycle? What would we have forced? The Consign to Cosmos? Yeah. I suppose I played that wrong. Yeah, we would have made them discard Gone in a Flash. Okay. So that was incorrect. Oh, this is for 13, which means even if they do have the Sink Below here, this is still 6 coming over the top. Yeah, I should have used it. Yeah, that was like, it's basically just set on the board as a threat this entire game. It's basically just set on the board as a threat this entire game. What was even left at this point? Yeah, I mean, we had very, very poor Clash luck, but a good draw. We had a good draw, but a poor Clash luck early, and then like we just hit Disruption. Yeah, Derek, your draw seemed like abysmal, dog. It's good to practice Amulet to remind yourself you need to use it in the layer step. So, Dave, I'd like to make sure I understand what you mean by that. When you say use it in the layer step, you mean they play second Gone in a Flash, and then before it hits the stack, when it's in the layer step, you activate Amulet so that they can't get it back. Is that what you mean, Dave? I just want to make sure I understand what we're going for here. So let's see. We did get a win. Clash luck was very poor early. Got an Amulet into play on turn 4. Solid Disruption to keep up blocking for most turns of the game. Spinal was my off turn, which is weird. Went for lethal with Golden Sun and took some damage. All right. Well, that felt pretty good. Felt like a pretty good game. Let's run it back. We are looking for silly. I'm gonna keep doing that. I like that. I don't know that my brain, like, I guess I'm like stimming or whatever people call it. That's what it feels like. Yeah, otherwise, once it's on the chain, if they have Somersault, they can dodge the Echoes. Or the same with Blast. They can use the Blast text before you make them discard. So I have to do it with the attack on the stack, basically, is what you're saying, Dave. I'm following. No, that makes sense. I appreciate you guys clarifying that for me. Are we winning? We did win. We did win that one. Oh, I'm so sorry. Hooray! We won!
Some biddies, you say?
Yo, Bringe with the 5 bits. I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you. Yeah, sorry. For anybody who has missed it, we have the confetti for when we win, and we have this for when we lose.
So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
And ever since I put them on there, I'm like the world's worst about remembering that they're there. So
Lizard.
Sorry, guys. Clearly, I'm not a very good streamer. All right, this matchup is I'm really curious to see how this feels tonight. We're on both amulets. We're on Bravo. No, come on. No, come back. Come back.
Some biddies, you say?
And for This Is When You Sing, yo, Bringe, I appreciate that. All right, so no Lantern, Skullcap Seas just in case. Amulets, Boulder Drops, Clash of Bravados, E-Strikes, 1 Sink Below, and Toigs is how we board in this matchup. That's how we boarded against Derek, and we're going to run it back. We would choose to go first if we had that option. We did not get that choice. Okay. Oh, they're on Tunic against us. We are going second again. Wish we could go first, but, you know, beggars and choosers and all that. How do you win as Syndra versus Victor? You have to be on enough things to flick your daggers. Like you have to be on like Blood Runs Deep helps a lot. And I also think it is very, very impactful that you be on something like you need to be on like Blood Runs Deep to be able to flick your daggers. You need to be on Mask of the Pouncing Lynx instead of Mask of Momentum in that matchup. It can be done. It can be done. It's just not very easy. Yo, Bringe with the bits. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. It hurts me to give anti-Acilio advice, but don't want you to make a minimal mistake with major impact at your event. Dave, I appreciate that. Like, Dave, I genuinely appreciate that you are willing to, like, put aside your love for Acilio and help a friend. I appreciate that. Yeah, so the biggest thing you can do is, like, in my opinion, Luca, I'm a big fan of, like, overboarding in that matchup. Like, if you're playing a red line version of the deck, I really think that, like, Sink Belows, Shelters, Loyalty Beyond the Graves are very high impact cards, and they can go a long way for you. So being able to, they have a Yellow Blast back in their hand. Okay. So being able to utilize things like that, along with the flick effect as many turns as possible, is very high impact. Brody was actually playing Tunic in his Syndra deck against Victor at Worlds. That was pretty interesting. We're gonna pitch the Cranial Crush. We're not planning on keeping either one of our blues. My advice is to get good. Listen, Holden. Not everybody can give great advice like Dave can, okay? Listen. You're not a real one, man. Just say so, you know? It's all good. It's all good, dude. He betrayed the Acillionaires or whatever they call themselves. I had a terrible run on Talishar the last few days. Ooh, 2 and 18 is tough, man. I know that is 2 and 18 is tough. I'm sorry, buddy. I think we'll just go ahead and give up the Golden Sun here. We're not really at a spot in the game where the Golden Sun looks to be high impact. Like, it definitely could be very good, but I don't think it's going to be, like, super high impact from here. Would much rather, like, try to throw the CNC or the Boulder Drop this turn. I get into Columbus tomorrow evening. I have some meetings in the morning, and then I have some, like, I have a presentation I have to do, like, a lunch meeting for a bunch of people. Are we arsenaling the Boulder Drop? Like, are we going to block with it? I mean, this is probably a safe block, I think. Hopefully it's nothing like Channel or something like that. I wouldn't hate seeing a Mind Warp ban. Interesting. Just run the new Young Hero. Oh, no. No shot, Bradley. You almost had me. You almost had me, dog. I almost read that out. You almost got me. You almost got me, brother. All right, they're going to Arsenal the Yellow Blast to a blue. No, they Arsenaled an unknown card. So we're going to make a Surge, and we're going to throw the Command and Conquer again. I hate that we blocked with the Boulder Drop, but I think it was worth 3 points there. Stain fighting is not looking good. Yo, I'm sorry, Donnie. I know that's frustrating, man. Did another instant. I mean, I will say they're doing a good job of, like, baiting out the Command and Conquerors. Like, the Acilio opponent understands that, like, now that 2 Command and Conquerors are gone, they're probably more safe to set up a little bit. It's probably what I'm imagining is going through their head. Them having an early embodiment scares me. I will try to keep the Peck Perfect just in case, but all right. So they're gonna get their red blast back. We're gonna go to 37. The next card that I block on the combat chain with will be Peck Perfect. I want to keep one of my blues. I want to swing the hammer. Any combo piece we can mill or force cards out of their hand with is good enough for me. I feel pretty comfortable with that. We threw Peck Perfect last game because it lined up well. There's no other real reason. Somersault seems really good here. This might just be a turn where we just end up blocking a bunch. Or we're just kind of priced into blocking a whole bunch here. We may not have another choice. They have a red Gone in a Flash. Or so they have a Gone in a Flash and a red Blast to Oblivion in their hand. All right, so we're just going to block here. Save as much life as we can. Besides Aurora, any hero you'd like to see return or an existing hero get a new design? I'd like to see a new Dash, to be honest. I know that that's probably not like the most fun answer, but I don't know, like Dash was the first hero I ever played. I like Dash a lot. I really hope that like Dash gets put back into the game. I know that Dash IO already exists, and a lot of people consider her to be like a very well-designed hero. But I don't know. I would personally really, really like to see a new Dash. Something that has like a very, very high impact late game Dash would be really cool. I know that's not the most fun answer in the world, but wow, you got to be shitting me, game. Come on now. I do want to see that gone, so I think we are going to blow this up and target ourselves. Okay, so getting that Mind Warp out of there is pretty good. I think that has pretty good impact for us. Keeping the Command and Conquer for next turn could be powerful. I do not like not having any gold, but it is what it is. We are going to block with the Spinal Crush. That is the worst card in our hand, which is weird. I mean, I would like to see a new pistol. I really like the pistol game plan. I know that that's not very exciting, and a lot of people don't like that answer. But I love Dash's pistol plan. It was all about staying alive and like assembling the cool things that you could do. I was all about that. I think we're gonna take 4, and we're gonna hope to try and throw Command and Conquer and Arsenal to Boulder Drop is gonna be our objective here. It's a lot of jam, Dave. A lot of jam. I like that. I actually really like that, Bradley. Seeing Fi get some love would be pretty cool. I think we're just forced to take 4 here. And hope that the arcane spell's not like totally backbreaking. We've seen 0 clashes or bells through 3 turns. All right, so they're just going to bounce this back to their hand. I think I'm content with just, again, taking 4. I know that taking 4 is not like the cool, like, is not, it's a very scary thing to do. The peanut butter pulling out, though, for CNC. I mean, like, me being able to throw CNC off of Golden Sun is pretty good. Oh, they had the whole thing here? Damn. Yeah, we're going to 18. This is not looking great for us. The one good thing that could line up well for us here is that they have to give us at least a card to be able to protect the CNC here. That feels kind of nice. I'm sorry, to be able to protect the Gone in a Flash. Yo, what's up, Morphig? You think Fi has 1 card in Compendium of Wraith? Why do we think that? 1 pistol actions. Oh, that'd be kind of cool. So they pick up their Sigil of Brilliance. So this is like probably their combo turn. This is probably their combo turn. I had to guess. Our opponent did a very good job of playing around things. Yo, what's up, Michael? Wait, the card was spoiled already? What card was it? If you are about to win a Miller's Clash, can Acilio discard an instant to draw the losing clash? No. So, Donnie, if they reveal the cards, there is no longer a window for anything to happen. It has already happened. If we reveal the cards, it has already happened. Damn, game. Ugh. Victor not showing us some love tonight. Come on. Come on, horse. We need some love right now. We're about to get cooked. I know, right, Derek? Dude, Derek, you would have cooked me if you had drawn like this, dog. The discard of Phoenix Flame one. I have no idea what we're talking about. I'm super excited for my last RT in this season because exams are approaching. Oh, dude, that's awesome. Oh, dude, we're super cooked. The blast just tells me that we are like mega cooked here. Pick up the brilliance, do the whole thing again. Like that, yeah, this game's over. Fire that burns within is the card. Okay, I'll look at it. Oh, and they somersaulted? Yeah, we might as well just pick this one up now. If two people have instants they want to activate, who has priority if they do it at the same time? They can't do it at the same time. If two instants go, if like two abilities go on the stack at the same time, whoever active player is, which means whoever's turn it is, gets to pick how those are ordered. My amulets arrived 1 week late. Oh, I'm sorry, Michael. That's tough. Bradley trying again. I appreciate the persistency, dude. I appreciate the, the persistency. Yeah, I mean, this was blast. Like, this was the whole thing. Like, we are, as they say, cooked. And I guess you don't really need blink. I mean, you are correct. There is always the possibility they don't have the spell. That's why they're cycling. And if they don't have the spell, there's actually a decent chance with what we have left in our deck that we could win the game from here. Again, nothing's perfect, but it is possible if they don't have the spell here. I mean, we're going to go down to like 10 or 8 no matter what this turn, but... Oh, not only do they have the spell, it's Burn Bear. So this is for what, 14? We're going to 3? Dog. All right. You ever try Tremor Shield and Victor? I don't know what that is. If I remember correctly, the Phi card is a 1-for-2 with Go again, but if you discard a Phoenix Flame, it gets +2 and you draw a card? Huh, interesting. That's interesting. So it's a 3-card 4 with Go again? Where's red in the ledger when you need it? I mean, yeah, we got cooked that turn. We're cooked. At least our AB's on. Look at it that way. Our AB's turned on. We just have to try to die to shock or something crazy. All right. We can do this. I believe. Mostly because we have no other choice, but I believe. We need a clash, deck. We need a clash right here. Come on now. Be good to me one time now. Right here. Yes. What's up, Dylan? Acilio is handing us our butts this game. We're gonna make a gold. Drawing that boulder drop ain't it, Chief. As they say. Well. Oh, this is exact lethalies? No. Good game, brother. Well played. What is the difference if we win that clash? Like if we draw into another 3 block, we're 3 higher life. I mean, they have to have like another reach spell at some point, right? Like they have to have something at some point, right? I mean, I guess it's possible. There's another Burn Bear left in the deck. There's glyphs they could buff up. Like Comet Storm and Shock is really good. I mean, we were probably going to lose that game no matter what. So winning that test of strength might not have mattered, but obviously, like winning every clash helps. Let's see. So we did get a loss. Did not see any bells in 5 turns. Lost a test of strength on their combo turn. Would have saved us 3 life. Let's see. Op had a very good mini combo turn early that took tempo and forced us to throw. Oh no, actually, we're just gonna put out a very good mini combo turn early. Op prioritized arsenaling instance to deny us C and C value, which was very important. I think that was like a very key piece of them winning. Like they were able to take 6 on both of the first 2 Command and Conquers and just not care. Which well played. Like that is like very good play by them. Cilio and Verdance. Let's do it again. Hopefully we get a Verdance tonight at some point. You should hold Test of Iron Grip till later and try to snipe the spell out of their hand. So do you think I should hold Test of Iron Grip for like the first attack or 2? And then like try to throw it later or something? Is that what you're saying, Sam? Amulets, boulder drops, bravados, E-strikes, 1 sink below, 3 toigs. Yep, that's what we've been playing. Let's try it again. And let's try Sam's advice. Let's try holding the Toig until later. It's not a bad idea. I did lose a point of value on Skullcap. The problem is that I'm never going to be able to get full value off of Skullcap because they are always going to be in a situation. There's always going to be a position for them where they can throw a 4 and we never get full value out of it. I don't think that's possible for us unless they throw like multiple 7s. I don't think you can hold it on non-combo turn, as it might just be the Gone in a Flash spell. Then you look like a potato. I mean, it's very possible that's also the case. Wow, what a rip. That is such a rip off the top of the deck. Pulling Amulet's insane. Oh my god. I'm so good at this game. Oh man, that's so funny. So we're gonna make a Surge. Do I want to hold this for a turn or 2? Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with arsenaling this right here. Like, I just don't think there's anything wrong with saving this for a minute. Wait, why would it be slam it? Why is everybody saying slam it? I mean, I'm going to take your all's word for it, but I don't understand why. We don't have anything we want to arsenal. Why would we not hang on to this for a turn and like try to bait them into setting up for a massive combo turn? I don't get it. Well, the why not is because I want to arsenal it and wait a turn or 2. I don't know how they could blast Gone in a Flash this turn. They don't have Tunic up or anything. Like, if they were on old knockers, sure, we slam it, but otherwise, like, why not just hold it, I guess? I'm a potato at all times. LOL, that's hilarious. I think they're wanting to Acilio before blocks. The second bell value is actually insane. Sam, you missed the first game, dog. We milled one off the top, off of a Peck Perfect that we lost. And then we ended up drawing the second one. So, like, having two has actually been insane tonight. I think in general, trying to hold Toig is a good idea. I was talking with the boys about how Pleiades wins against Silly, and that was one of the ways that they said they get points in the matchup. Okay. I mean, fair enough. If you guys say it's correct, then we will try it. Dave says we should slam the bell because they might already have it. Blinks could still do Gone in a Flash, Blink, Funnel, Gone in a Flash, Sigil, Gone in a Flash, Shock Spell. Okay. So having this in play would, like, just mitigate a lot of value for us here. For the Psych Out. I also love it when the tech works as intended. Something about the tech working is just like, it's a great feeling. All right. Sink below or just taking 4? All right. Come on, Victor. We got some good clashes coming our way. I can feel it. Clash Luck's not been our friend tonight, but that's okay. About to turn it around right here. Let's go. Good clash, please. Okay. Okay. You know what? We're cooking. Getting etchings of Arcana? That's cooking. We will IP the Test of Strength and just see what they do. Surprised they didn't block a little bit. Maybe their hands is better on offense. I feel like having 2 copies of card in Fab is the best way to play as sideboard tech. A lot of times I agree with you. I do think that, like, 2 can be very, very impactful. Not, like, too crazy, but good impact in a lot of matchups. You're going to play Blast to Oblivion without doing anything else? I mean, I'm just going to run this out then. I wonder if there's ever a world where we, like, try to IP Test of Iron Grip or Test of Strength for, like, a turn or 2 to try and hold it for their combo if we can still apply pressure. Aw. You can make it right. Okay. Winning with a red is not ideal. Okay. I mean, we can pitch the E-Strike and the Bravado to throw Boulder Drop and, like, try to force a little bit of blocks here. I have to admit, I was never playing around. The Lightning Press there. Because I was thinking worst case scenario for us is that we go E-Strike, put Bravado on the bottom, and then pitch our blue to Grindstone that we draw off the top. But we're just going to Arsenal Spinal Crush. Even though Spinal Crush is, like, definitely in a lot of situations considered, like, taking an off turn. Ooh, actually, I lied. We are going to AB2 because this is going to come in for 4. We're going to pitch Clash of Bravado to AB2. We're going to E-Strike for 7, putting Spinal Crush on the bottom, and then Arsenal Boulder Drop because Boulder Drop is Reasonable Disruption, and Spinal Crush is a very lackluster card in this matchup, which is such an odd thing to say about Spinal Crush. There was a lot of jam in that hand, as Dave likes to say. Snag on the double Justinic? Oh, dude. Snag on double Justinic is the juice, dude. The juice. The juice.
Show me what you got.
Michael, the assassin player, says screw Snag. Classic assassin player. All right. Our opponent's happy to take 7 here. I can't blame them. I would probably take 7 off of that too. We need to be offering multiple rounds of disruption. Like, as much as possible here. We would like to arsenal the boulder drop if we can. We'll block 3. If we get blown out by a Channel Lightning Valley, it's going to feel bad, but I don't think I'm supposed to give shield here. How many anti-assassin cards are there? I mean, I don't think there's that many, Michael. Okay, so no respect for the Channel Lightning Valley here really panned out. Worked out pretty well for us. We go to 30. Curious to know what they follow up here with. If it's like an arcane spell, we can pitch Clash of Bravado to block a little bit here. This is a great shield block right here. I am super content to block with shield. Must be a spell they're ending their turn on. Is this Glyph? Okay, so they amp what? 3? So this is going to come in for 7. Yeah, it's 7. Gain 1 life. So they're going to go... Did they already gain a life? No, they go to 26, make an embodiment of lightning, and now we're at 25. And now I'm going to throw Boulder Drop at them. Hopefully we have 2 more turns of Boulder Drop coming. Your logic for holding Bell is completely fine there. Okay. Yeah, it just seemed like holding it like until we find a better arsenal could be better. Because I don't know, like maybe like I'm just thinking like in my head, like maybe we're trying to like bait out. Maybe we're trying to like bait them out into like taking a massive turn off. And then we can replace our arsenal with something better we want to throw the next turn. Does your spoiler card make you think of playing a new deck? I'm going to tell you guys the same thing I told you guys last time. I'm going to tell you nothing about my spoiler card. We did the live reaction where you guys got to see me like freak out at how excited I was about it. And that's all you guys get until the 31st when my spoiler actually comes out and is live. When they had the Sage starter decks to be released today before Valentine's Day. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, Arcane. They LSS knew what they were doing. They know what they were doing. Yeah, Michael, I have a spoiler for Compendium of Wraith, and it comes out on the 31st. Very excited. Cringe, leak it to me? No, I leak it to nobody. How can you be bribed? I don't think there is enough money for you to bribe me with this because LSS would never give me another spoiler card as long as I breathe. We've seen 1 Clash card. I mean, we've seen 1 Clash card through 3 turns is not like crazy by any means. Congrats on the spoiler. Yo, Rob, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm very excited to make the reveal video. I've been kind of like thinking about like what I want to do. And I'm also kind of like, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm a little struggling because on the 31st, there's an RTN I want to go to. Probably the last one I have the chance to go to. But like I streamed, you know, the last one we did, like I streamed it. So I'm thinking, man, I'd really like to stream this one. But also like, I want to go to that RTN. So I don't know. Yo, what's up, Hazel? We're going to stay at 21 and block this. We're going to start using our armor more aggressively here. Just like, I don't know. It's a Guardian headband that lets you reclash. Calling now. Just make a produced video. I mean, I'm gonna put out content no matter what on the 31st for my spoiler. I just don't know what I want to do because, like, I like the idea of live streaming and sharing it with you guys live, but I really want to go to my RTN. Oh, stream at my RTN? Just like show you guys the spoiler card at my RTN? It's a Victor ally, his rider. AB2 Guardian leg would be cool. Wow, AB2 Guardian leg piece would be crazy. That would be crazy. I think we're hoping for a little bit too much there. Although I like where you're at, Beetle. I like where you're at. So, like, right here, I don't think we're supposed to hold the grip, right? Because if it's an instant, like, if they have 2 instants, like, I just think we get blown out. I really think we should block with Toig here now. I don't think we should wait. Or is there a world where we go Golden Sun tech plating? Do we go like Golden Sun tech plating here? And then like try to throw the Command and Conquer for disruption and then hold the Toig? It just depends on what follows this up. I don't know. Like, I cannot actually. We want to let one through here, right? We want to let one through here, as weird as that sounds, because if it is Channel Lightning Valley, it's an absolute blowout. And I think Command and Conquer's better disruption than Spinal Crush. The problem with this is that now we have like no resources to like AB with. Generic armor is part of Guardian's class identity at this point. It does kind of feel that way. It does kind of feel that way. So they got their action point back. It's gone in a flash for 7. Actually, do we want a bell here? Is it correct to bell here? Like, it feels like we shouldn't on a non-Greaves turn. So I think we can safely just block here. I'm debating giving the tech plating, but I think this is correct because they either lose the... No, we have to do this because they're just going to lose the Gone in a Flash, right? No matter what, they lose the Gone in a Flash. If they bounce it back, they lose the Gone in a Flash. Like, I think we're supposed to give armor. I'd take Valiant Dynamo, but Crush to regenerate. That's interesting. So they go to 15. They choose not to bounce this back. And then we have to discard a card. I would really like to keep that for next turn, but... Do we roll the dice that they miss? Like, how greedy do we want to be? Do we want to roll the dice that they miss to keep ours on top so that we can CNC? I mean, I don't know. This feels... It feels like the correct thing to do is to kind of chance it. Like, I think we need to chance it, right? We have no info on Arsenal. No, we have 0 info on Arsenal right now. It's greedy, but like, I just think we need it. I don't know. We're gonna roll the dice. Okay. That was a very calculated risk that we just took. That was a calculated risk that we just took. Make a surge. Throw Command and Conquer. And then depending on how much it pushes here, Yeah, you are correct, Dave. That the test of Iron Grip also gave us the information that is more than likely not an instant, because they would have made the decision to keep the Gone in a Flash instead of an instant, I think. And they're cycling now, which is good for us. We like to see that. The funny part is for like how much of like, you know, like the casino deck like Victor is and clashing and the variance is, I really do not like taking risky plays like that. I only look for play lines like that when I think they are correct, because we need that test of strength for next turn. Like I believe in my heart that we need the test of strength. All right, let's see how they play this one out. Let's see how they play this out. While our opponent is thinking, guys, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys chilling and hanging out with me tonight while we are prepping for Columbus. If you are going to be in Columbus, please come say hi. I'd love to get to meet you guys. Would love to hang out with you. If you're not going to be in Columbus, come see me next time you're at an event. I'd still love to hang out with you and get to know you. I need to go. GG. Okay. They did have a second Gone in a Flash. They were going to have to block here to save it. I'm imagining they were going to cycle this away and then rip into Sigil of Lightning, and then they would have had a really good hand on the following turn, I think. Our following hand would have been like E-Strike Go Again into Spinal Crush with our opponent being at 15. I don't know. I'm not saying we had that game locked up, but I think we were in a good position to win that game. What kind of card you have? Like a hero? You're working. You're trying, Bradley. I appreciate the effort. No, I am not allowed to give any information about my spoiler card, or at least if I am, I won't. I am very, very appreciative of getting a spoiler card from LSS. I waited a long time, and I don't mean that in a negative way towards LSS. I just mean I worked very hard and waited a long time to get a spoiler card, and there's a 0% chance that I'm going to risk not getting one again. Drew into Bell on turn 1. Op had second Gone in a Flash in Arsenal and tried to bait out Bell with a semi-big turn. Waited on Bell, and Op conceded to CNC. Had a risky clash with leaving Miss on top, and calculated risk paid off. It's not how you spell off. There we go. Okay. Well, we're going to look for a Verdance game. We played 3 Acilio games now. Even if I end up losing to Acilio this weekend, I feel comfortable into the matchup. Like, I understand like where I'm trying to be at, what I'm looking for. So I am just trying to I'm just going to try and play a game with Verdance really quick while we have, well, it's probably not going to be a quick game, but we're going to try and play a game against Verdance and see how it goes. We should all just speculate wildly, engage his micro expressions. Yo, that might be the best plan I've heard yet, Stem. Been testing some Fang and Acilio, but the decks be so inconsistent. I feel like Fang's really powerful, right? I feel like Fang's in a good spot right now. Experience and everything in this game. Experiences are nothing beats a good event weekend. Oh, I agree, Shekel. I agree. Agree so much. The wife offered to pay for my Memphis calling package and half my hotel or buy me a riches. Oh, dog. I mean, dude, you should go to the calling in Memphis, dude. Like, callings and being at events are where it's at. Like, I am convinced. All right. So we are on this as our setup. We are on Bells, Poison the Wells, both copies of Remembrance, Warhorn, Bravados, Boulder Drops, Toigs. I can't remember what else we bring in. Hang on, let me check. I gotta look at the board to make sure because I've changed it a little bit. We do get to go first, which is kind of nice. We don't want any sink belows. We are on 2 E strikes, and we're gonna go down to 1 test of strength. Would we rather be on E strikes or test of strength? Probably E strikes, right? So we're gonna play. Oh, we're cutting all of our test of strengths, and we're gonna play 2 E. No, what am I missing? We're missing some. Oh, a Clash of Bravado. Yes. So it's going to be tougher to generate gold. We're more reliant on riches, and I'm wondering if this is correct now that I'm thinking about it. I don't know. Let's try it and see how it feels. If the clashes do not feel good, then we will work on something else. We will go back to the drawing board and try something else. Let's see. Today is the 15th. We are playing against Verdance, and we are going first. And we'll see if we can make it happen. We're gonna pitch Bravado. And we're gonna pass. We're gonna Arsenal the Remembrance. Because I'm on Warhorn, I want to be able to set this up. Because we are on Warhorn, I want to be able to set up the Remembrance as soon as possible. To see how fast we can get it into play. I will also just slam this Amulet of Echoes into play because I do think it's okay. Just going to go over the top with damage. So we are going to AB3. We'll pitch the Debilitate. Why Amulets here? Because it's good against a bad Verdance player, in my opinion. Like, it has some potential play in this matchup against like a not as good Verdance player. And so do I want to swing the hammer here is the question. I don't we probably just want to be churning through our deck since we're gonna try and keep we're gonna try and do our best to keep bread off of combo this game. This is my second spoiler being. I got one last season and I really liked it. It was a lot of fun. So this is my second spoiler. So they're going to take 4. We're going to get a Fruits of the Forest off the top of their deck, which is not bad. Resident Acilio player, never play Bell. That's funny, Robert. That's funny. Okay. 3 extra life from the Light Up the Leaves is less than ideal, but okay. So we take that. I'm curious to see if we'll get the Waning Moon here. I assume just trying to clear cards out of their hand, which is fine. Yep, that's fine. You're gonna Waning Moon and just pitch the blue. Yeah, I want to keep the red as a 3 block, I think is the idea here. And then we are gonna just I think we want to run out the Goldmane Estate here. I think is an important. But what's the target? Epots. If a Verdance player makes a mistake and Arsenal's one of the Rampant Growth in Lives and they're on Surge and Aethertide, like maybe I'm not supposed to play it once we see they're on Waning Moon. Maybe I'm just supposed to leave this in my deck as a blue. That might be the play once we see that. We are going to run this out because we need to get a gold on the board for clashes. And then I'm just going to pass and hold the Test of Iron Grip here. What matchup is Bell sided in for fatigue? Like when we're fatiguing them, I think you want it against Acilio, and I do think you want it against Vel. Or I think you want it against yeah, this is fine. We'll just let this go to the bottom. There's no reason to play it now. We're just going to play both of these. Clearing reds out of our deck and getting cards out of their hand is impactful for us. They have a Heartbeat and we have a Boulder Drop. Okay, sure. So they discard an Autumn's Touch and they discard Knee Strike. I mean, that's fine. Cards out of their deck. No. If you ask any Fatigue player who plays against this matchup and you are playing Amulet, you bring it in because you have to have it. It is one of those things that like you are like almost like required to have in your deck, as sad as it sounds. You don't want to a lot of times, but you're kind of required to have it a lot of times. It is just one of those things that like it can get value off of a bad Verdance. It is good into Acilio, and I don't know. Like I would have to ask Randy. This is the first time I played Bell into Verdance, but I think once they show us Waning Moon, it doesn't matter. What was my last spoiler? My last spoiler was overturn the results. We had like the whole stream that I thought was pretty fun. I had a good time with that stream. I think there were a few people in chat that were ready to strangle me because they wanted my spoiler. They just wanted it to see the card. And I put together like that whole like thing. I put like that whole like stream together that I thought was pretty fun. We've got a good stack of blues with Poison the Well going, which feels pretty good. I mean, we're probably going to play Remembrance, so it probably doesn't matter. I'm starting to wonder if Brett is even on potions at this point. I mean, it's only turn 4, so. +1 action point. Oh, the +1 action point is cool, but it does throw me off. I hate this stupid Rose. I mean, Ring of Roses is pretty obnoxious, but we have Clash of Bravados to deal with it, so it's not the end of the world. So last turn for Bread was put Ring into play and pass. We're going to Arsenal the Boulder Drop, and I'm going to look to find a turn to throw it at him. This is one of those matchups where, like, if I could play 40 blues in my deck, I would. I would 100% play 40 blues in my deck if I could. What's up, Josh? How are you, buddy? We'll go Thunk first. I don't really think it matters, but... And there is Healing Potion number 1. Okay. So we're going to lead on the estate, which is what we want. I don't know if I can turn that off. I'll have to look at it and see if I can turn that off, because I truly don't know if I can or not. E-Strike, put Spinal Crush to the bottom for go again. And then we will make a surge and throw the hammer here. I'm doing well, thank you. I'm doing well, Josh. Trying to work my way through this matchup a little bit here. Seeing what we can pull together. And now they don't have to take the hammer hit here because they took 5. They're now below us in life, so they can save their D-React. Oh, no. Interesting. We get a red Cadaverous Tilling. Okay. So Kit, I believe that we have to be on the discard disruption. As much as I like the ability to be able to, block with Test of Strength, I don't think it's the best thing we can do in this matchup. So they're going to gain 1 and go to 28. The tree is very obnoxious, but it is what it is. We are going to pitch like this to ship the tree or to ship the hammer here, hoping to get a combo piece or something if they do let it hit. And then we are going to try and block with Test of Iron Grip. I understand that that is probably unlikely given the situation, but at least the Talishar devs are very open to feedback. They might give us the option to turn it off. Yeah, Talishar devs are super open to feedback. Second Remembrance is for Warhorn specifically, Michael. I kind of hate that both of them have been put to the bottom so early. But we want to get Warhorn out so that we can deal with the potions and keep them off the board. The idea is that if we can destroy 3 potions over the course of the game, it's going to make it very hard for our opponent to combo, which means we have more opportunities to get double Poison the Well together. Now, the lower we are in life, the less it's going to matter for their combo turn, but that is the objective. I think taking 1 is like just objectively correct because they're going to go to 27. We have a Poison the Well. I am going to break a gold and target myself. Yeah, 6 on 6 is fine. I know that's kind of a risk, but they have more attacks in their deck, so I think putting ours to the bottom is fine. Plus, we have a blue on the bottom now, which is fine because it goes well together with what we've pitched. The tree is going to help them push a lot of damage. It's obnoxious, but there's nothing we can do about it. The only other options we have are to pass and do nothing. And we learned last night or we learned on Tuesday that also does not win games. So I am not interested in making that play. Okay. Do we have we do not have a CNC in the yard yet. So I'm pretty content with just shipping this. I mean, yeah, like they're on quite a few clashes, or they're on quite a few things that clash well. I have noticed like this has been pretty consistent from Bread's list. There have been multiple turns. Like we played Bread on Tuesday, and they were able to keep Tree around for 3 turns on Tuesday as well during first cycle. And so like it's been pretty interesting to see like how Bread plays the matchup very interestingly. And again, I mean that in a very positive way. Like Bread plays the matchup very well. Putting an amulet into play and passing. We are just going to leave the right behind you in our hand. I am completely content with just leaving right behind you in play. Like leaving it in our hand with the Test of Iron Grip. There will come a turn when they will physically attack us. Like it will happen. It happens at some point. Mental block. Okay. So now we're at a point where Bread is protecting not really his life total, but the cards in his deck, trying to hope that we don't hit a combo piece right now is like kind of where Bread's at. Put this on the bottom first. Okay. Well, it's not going to matter if we never get to draw a Warhorn. I mean, we've managed to play 9 turns and not draw a Warhorn, which is tough. Swing the hammer again. Second tree leaving is pretty good. I'm assuming that at this point, Bread has to understand that like we are holding the test, I'm assuming. No, IP2 won't help us, but neither will... Wow, okay. I mean, IP2 won't help us. You are correct, but like neither will really anything else that we're looking to accomplish here. Actually, that's just wrong. I should just leave this in my arsenal. There's no reason to throw this. We should just swing the hammer again. But like I'm not throwing Clash of Bravado at them. I don't want to throw this at them, and we don't really have a better way to make anything else happen here. Probably should have kept this in my hand in case they do attack us. We could have went Bravado and Grip to destroy the ring. probably would have been a better play. Aren't I already too low? I mean, it depends on how long we can deny him the combo. So the point of this strategy is not as much about staying at 35, because the objective is to use Warhorn enough times to be able to use Warhorn enough times over the course of the game to make it to where you are having to combo and like literally force cycle, because I'm going to force you to Everbloom them back into the deck. And with one of those already gone, that feels pretty good for us. Let's see if we get something cool. We get a shelter. I mean, that's fine. I'd much rather get a combo piece, but they bother attacking again if they'll just focus combo here. I mean, if they have combo, they'll just hang on to it until they draw it. Like, or even if they, like, if we're at 21, they just need a couple of them, right? Like, they just need a couple of them. The mode is draw a card. I wonder if they drew a card to, like, protect themselves from the grip. I mean, I think we have to leave this on top to ensure that we win the grip. Discard the Arcane Twining. They're going to look to Arsenal, probably. I don't know what they're looking to Arsenal at this point. I mean, yeah, whether they're sending spells or like whatever they're doing, like we just kind of have to hope. Like the hammer just kind of like we have to get a little lucky with like hammer clashes in this matchup. Like getting an Everbloom in life is pretty fortunate. Like obviously, like Everbloom life is the best thing we can get. Or not. Rampant growth in life is the best thing we can get. It's turn 12 and we have not seen our Warhorn. It's pretty unfortunate. That is pretty unfortunate. Yeah, we're just going to pitch some more blues to the bottom. They're going to go to 21. We are going to activate tech plating. They've been very patient to turn their hero on as well. I mean, yeah, like, I don't think they care about having their hero ability. They're playing the game in a very patient way. It's honestly been very impressive to watch. Also kind of weird. Like, I don't know how, but like every single game against Bread, they end up in a position where they just put life totals exactly where they want. I have seen very few players in my life ever abuse me having Skullcap this well. We're going to make a surge. We're going to throw the Command and Conquer. And we're going to hope that this helps disrupt them a little bit. It depends on what's in their hand, obviously. They're going to give me 2 pieces of equipment. Sure. Oh, okay. Mental block. That's fine. It's 2 cards out of their hand. No, I agree. It's not looking good. I agree. It is not looking great. This does not feel like it's going our way right now. I'm probably going to look for another Verdance game after this to see if like I just literally have to sit and pass for the first like 5 turns of the game. Like, also, like, did I put Warhorn in the deck? Okay, so Warhorn is in the deck. It's over here behind like where my face camera is that I have set up. I feel like if they just passed, they have to be looking to combo, right? I don't know. Yeah, the inventory button. So like right here where the cards are, down here on the right. I'm gonna try and hover over it. Now it doesn't show it up above. No, it doesn't show it up above. Over on the right hand side, you can see what's in your inventory. Hey, what's up, Duck? How are you, buddy? It is interesting because if they do go for combo, like with me being this low, I mean, it won't matter because I'm so low, but like the Verdance ping's not hitting as weird. Do you think they will ever print AB gear with AB3 for Guardian? Probably not. That feels like a little bit too much. Like, I don't know, like I feel like some of the best equipment pieces in the game have AB2 on them. Is there a piece that has AB3 on it? Like, is there anything that has AB3 on it? I feel like you guys are going to tell me what it is, and I'm going to feel real dumb, but oh, skull cap. Like I said, I'm going to feel real dumb. I mean, yeah, I guess in my head I was thinking like unconditional AB3, but yeah, no, that works. Yeah, skull cap. Eh. Well, that was terrible. What if it a piece that you tap to get 3 and then it destroys itself at the end of the turn? That would be interesting. Rampant growth goes to the bottom. Is there a world where we just start getting like hyper aggressive here? Like with the way the game's going and our opponent being at 18, like are we just gonna try and like get super aggressive here? No, I'm playing an even 60, Michael. If you had no restrictions on singleton, 3-cap max, what would be your hero and deck list? Oh, Bradley, that's way too much for me to process while I'm trying to figure out how to beat this Verdance right now, dog. We can talk about it after this game, but I have no idea. Like probably Zen off the top of my like Zen just feels like one of the most broken toolbox heroes in the game, I would say. Do I draw a card just to try to get Warhorn out? I mean, like, we just haven't seen Warhorn, so I felt like there had to be some consideration to, like, doing that. I'd play Phoenix Form, Infinite Flame Phi. That'd be interesting. All right, we're seeing all the D-reacts here. That's called Room Blade. That's funny. Oh, actually just trying to clear him out of your deck. Interesting. Okay. So we're going to say that's like... We're going to say that that's 3 cards in, because I'm pretty sure that's what happened with the Rampant Growth in Life. We're going to go Riches first. Okay, go to 19. Everbloom in Life and Everbloom in Life back into the deck, I'm guessing. Arcane Twining, okay. Into a Plow Under. So that would be card number 4. Scour is going to be card number 5. I imagine they're going to decompose to get this online. Okay. So they are 5 cards down, which means their first rampant growth in life is 10 cards away. So we are at least 2 turns from combo, potentially more. It's just going to be a tall arcane spell. I feel like we're going to Arsenal Spinal Crush, and we're going to try and throw the Peck Perfect next turn. Oh, a Clash that kills items would be insane in this matchup. So there is this. I hate to block with this, but I think we have to. So a card just went to the bottom, which is card number 6. And now we're blocking out entirely. It was a small mistake from our opponent. Okay, so this is card number 7. Better late than never. Michael said, hey, there it is. Better late than never. Okay. I mean, yeah. And then I'm going to go to 7. Okay. I'm very intrigued by this. All right, so 7, 8, 9. I feel like we have to chuck this Spinal Crush at him, right? Yeah, what's up, Nighttime? Or like Verdance pot combo. Can't play that into Mario. Oh, sure. I mean, back-to-back Spinal Crushes could be good enough. So let's see, there are 9 cards in the stack, which means their Rampant Growth's coming up next turn. Was I supposed to activate Warhorn this turn and then throw Spinal Crushes next turn? I think I am, right? We're just going to make a surge and we're just going to activate this. I'm going to target our opponent and we're just going to pass. Well, we don't have to worry about like big, tall arcane spells killing us anymore, which is good. Another tournament this weekend. Hopefully this one is on Twitch or YouTube. So Calling Columbus will be streamed on YouTube. It will be on YouTube this weekend. So how do we do this? Command and Conquer goes to the bottom. We block 2, take 6, go to 1. There's no way that's correct, right? I mean, I guess we put Spinal Crush on the bottom. We block with CNC. We block 5, take 3, go to 4. And I feel like we need to throw this Spinal Crush this turn. Yeah, no, I know. Like that's the problem here is like I don't know, like it took us because I was forced basically. I mean, I guess I could have like put the grip on the bottom. Maybe I'm supposed to put the grip on the bottom and play that differently, but it just felt like it just felt like I was like actually like just kind of like stuck to hang on to that for a long time, which felt bad. This must be the combo turn. Yeah, he used Striders to guarantee that he pushed 9 damage against me and put me down to 7. And then we took 3 off of that. It's been a very interesting game. Red has really shown his ability to like be flexible in this matchup. So we're gonna pitch this to AB. We're gonna pitch this to AB. We're gonna play Poison the Well to stifle this. Or at least like, I mean, it doesn't matter what they do. Like the only thing they could do in response is play the Rampant Growth in Life, which is fine because it still resolves before this, which means they have now gained 5 life for the turn. And then like what, the Waning Moon kills us because it comes in for 12. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I think someone was already waiting for it. I mean, I just like I don't know. Like it taking us 17 to like the Warhorn being in the literal last hand of my pitch was actually just horrible. I'm not gonna make Brett do it. I know he's got it. We know Brett's got it. It's all good. I'm not gonna make him walk through it. I know he's got it. Actually, would have been better to throw CNC that last turn. Yeah, I don't know. Like I think us not playing the Warhorn until like the last hand sucked. How did Amulet win? Right, sure. So like Amulet wins because he didn't hold the ping, right? Yeah, if he sequences like that. No. I'm not tonight when we're testing, I'm not testing to see like that is good to know because it means that we beat someone who miss sequences who plays the game poorly against us this weekend. But Fred also like wanted to undo because he knew that, and I was like, I know that, like, yeah, no. The opponent just like stacks up on saves the first ping. If they sequence incorrectly, then the amulet is actually very powerful. But like, if my opponent does that this weekend, we will activate amulet and punish them. Because they had not played a non-attack action yet that turn, we were actually able to take away the Waning Moon effect, so they had to hold the Verdance ping. So let's see. Warhorn was in the bottom 4 cards of my first cycle, was not able to disrupt combo with Warhorn plan. Op did a good job of managing life totals and turning off Skullcap for large arcane spells. All right, we're going to try this again. I want to try this again, and I want to see how this plays out. There are two things we're going to keep in mind this time. There are two very important things. Actually, hang on one second. There are two very important things we're going to keep in mind this time around. We are going to keep in mind that the first thing we're going to keep in mind is that we do not want to send the hammer at our opponent if they can turn off our skull cap. We have to be careful about how we play that out. But we also want to make sure that we are going through the game to try to get to our Warhorn. And the second thing that we really want to make sure that we are aware of is when our opponents pitch rampant growth and where they're at in their stack. Yo, what's up, Cusco? You should activate Amulet there because Poison the Well means they can't hold the last potion ping, and they're relying on a non-attack action to deal damage, and Amulet gets it out of hand. Right. So Troll, and that's what I'm saying. That like in that spot, when my opponent doesn't hold on the Verdance ping, when they play the second one, we activate Amulet of Echoes 100% every time. I mean, I don't want to take out the Amulet because it's good against Cecilio. And this is also one of those things where I am very used to the things on my board not mattering during combo turn. And now, like, in person, it's more in front of me. I see those things in paper. I don't make mistakes like that in paper, which is weird to say. But, like, on Talishar, a lot of times, I am just clicking through some of the things. So I'm playing Arc Raiders, and he comes up to extract, and someone was already waiting for it. He was a fellow helloer and sounded like Ben and Kyle, and then proceeds to say, I've tried so hard to get my MMR low, but you being a girl kind of makes me want to kill you. I hope that makes you feel special. What? That's such a weird thing to say. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah. Like, I completely understand what Cody's saying. That, like, if I'm not even going to use the Amulet, there's no point playing with it because I'm just going to die with it on the board. But I'm going to be better about it. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to look for Verdance here really quick. And I'm going to run to the bathroom. So we're going to take a short 2-minute break. And when I come back, we're going to play against Verdance again, and we're going to see if we can make our plan look better this time. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll be right back, guys. Full access to roast me. You have another, like, 60... I guess you could say you have another 67 seconds. 6-7! Kyle requested 5 subs of water. Fucking weeb. It was not water. That was not water.
Here, have some water.
I was lied to. The lies. That scream just made Summer jump. Ian, please tell Summer I'm very sorry. What the fuck? We're gonna die? It was. Come on. Oh, T-Tox, I'm so good at this game. Yo, only 4 cups? Listen at this man. That is 4 full cups, Cusco. This fucking guy, bro. This fucking guy. What? Rookie numbers? Bro, Cusco's out here. Look, this motherfucker's just sitting over there with a pot of sauce going, oh yeah, I'm stirring that shit up, baby. I'm stirring it up. Yo, insane. Oh my God. Oh my God, we're going crazy. We hit Golden Sun off of 3 clashes off of Peck Perfect. Ah! Yes. This is what we love, baby. Horse Nation rides. Yes. Oh my God, we're going crazy tonight. This is as close as I'm ever going to get to going Super Saiyan right now. So I just need you all to know how, back-to-back Command & Conquer pummel turns in back-to-back games. Is this like when Kyle lied to
No,
me and it's
no.
water? Why is there no cup on this handle? Do we trust this chat? Oh god! It's penetrating my mouth. And you know what? Just like Leonardo DiCaprio, I'm not fucking leaving. That's right. This is the kind of content we're looking for right here. The fab tutorials that blow your mind. Blow your mind. Okay, small break, and we're back. Let's do it. Since we lost,
So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
he's dead, so he didn't bother popping it. Sure, he knows not to miss his stuff. Potch, I appreciate that. That is what I was trying to say. So yes, that is exactly what I was trying to convey, and I appreciate you sharing that. Have I tried Terra Sunder versus Verdance? I have not tried Terra Sunder versus Verdance, but I kind of like the idea of Terra Sunder versus Verdance. I feel like using Terra Sunder to like Arsenal Terra Sunder and then like send something impactful like a Golden Sun or something could be really good during second cycle. I feel like that could like try to get them to discard things. Maybe instead of us being on like Poison the Will combo, we try just being on like 2 copies of Terra Sunder, and we just try to Arsenal it and track their stack. I actually don't hate that. Come get this deadline blueprint for me. Oh, dude, that, like, the deadline blueprint is really good. I got that one pretty early on. I feel like I got that one pretty early on. Yo, is AB6 and Terra Sunder like actually the answer? Yo, Potch, you are like making the wheels spin this evening, my man. Cusco said, I'm glad my rage bait's still in the intermission. Terra Sunder, huh? I'm going to help you out. It's not? Okay, why is it not, Holden? Help me out, dog. Why is it not good against Verdance? Like, are they just taking damage and just discarding other things? Amulets, boulder drops, clashes. We are in 0 tests of strengths, which is weird. Both Remembrance, Warhorn, Toigs, Poison the Wells, and we're on 2 E-Strikes. I still don't know if this is better than E-Strikes. Yeah, so our attack needs to be big in like... I mean, they can't combo us in response, right? Like, it would be like, what, they amp 369? Damn, you're fine. So, like, they amp 369. And then send a spell. So, like, the most they throw is at 17. So, we need to be at... Yeah, I mean, they throw 17. 15. Plus Waning Moon is 18. So, like, as long as we're at 20 or higher, that's actually really good. I feel like. I mean, yeah, it would have killed me most of last game, but, like, we play the game differently, right? If we're looking for that. Immediately suspicious of double Remembrance, but no test of strength. That is because we are not looking to abuse Goldmane Estate. We are looking to abuse Warhorn is the plan. Just need to tear them during their stack. Otherwise, it's a blue 3 block. I mean, yeah, like, we have to, like, follow their pitch stack and, like, get them, right? I don't know. I'm kind of thinking about that. I don't hate this plan. I do not hate this plan at all. So this comes in for 5. We AB 3. We'll just put the amulet on the bottom. That's fine. And then are we just pitching Command and Conquer? I think if we pitch Command and Conquer and we just pass, we can make sure we leave up our AB here. We leave up AB6 and don't give them an option. Yeah, so like Holden, you would have to have a turn where you go like Terra Sunder Golden Sun to like really make that have major impact. Pitch Sigil of Solace and Ring of Roses. I don't know. That's interesting. So, I mean, like, I guess let's figure out let's try to track it this game and see what it would feel like. I guess is going to be my objective this game. I'm going to try and track it this game and see what it would feel like. And we got to remember Poison the Well would be our Terra Sunders. So that's what we have to keep in mind this game. They just passed. I'm curious to see what they say. They wanted to enable the chat. You went looking for this, then decided not to play. I am not sure what they're talking about. I literally... All right, well, if they're going to continue to be a griping little baby, then we will 110% just like leave and go on. Like, I have zero interest in playing the game against this person if they're going to sit and chat and bitch the entire time. Like, I don't know what they're talking about. I literally just use my entire hand defensively. Like, I'm a guardian. Guardians block. Wow, that sucks. I would love to get that shit out of my deck. I mean, if they're mad I'm on fatigue, then, like, I don't know what to tell them. They, like, get good, lol. Discard Arcane Twinning or Twining. Destructive Ether Tide for 2. We'll pitch the Aftershock here. That's fine. And if they throw something else at us, like, I'm just gonna pitch the Grip. It's not the best thing in the world, but it's fine. I mean, it seems like they're frustrated they can't just like push arcane spells at me, is what it seems like they're mad about. Actually, I'm gonna pitch this. We're gonna go Bravado first. And the reasoning for that is that I want to pitch Grip to Estate, and then I want to pitch whatever I play to Tech Plating. Why is this not going to be good practice? Like, I'm actually curious. Why is this not going to be good practice? I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just curious to know what you think here. Why you think that. Okay, so my Boulder Drop goes to the bottom. We're going to block with E-Strike. We're at a position where I really don't want to block, to be honest. Like, I really don't want to block with anything. Let me hit you with my cards. Why are you playing Solitaire? I mean... It's like, I guess the thing that confused me the most is it's like, this has to be one of my only objectives in this matchup. Like, what else am I doing in this matchup? You know, like this is kind of like one of my only plans in this matchup is to just keep my life total below yours and do a lot of nothing. We're going to Arsenal the Spinal Crush and pass. We know they have a Burn Bear, so like I'm going to force them to gain some life or do something before we actually start hitting them. And if they just start throwing attacks at us, then like they'll just start throwing attacks at us. I'm going to put the Beck Perfect on the bottom, and we are going to put this on the bottom. I am not really interested in using equipment here. I think this is like a fine, just 3-card block, just doing this. Oh, Jorn, I'm reading the chat. I have the chat covered. Like down here in the bottom right, like it's covered because like people say some like very out of pocket stuff sometimes in chat, and so I just like I don't ever want that stuff like publicly viewed on the stream. So I just like always kind of like hide it a little bit. Interesting. Red Arcane Twining. Interesting. Just gonna do this and put Amulet into play and pass. And then we'll keep Amulet in mind throughout the rest of the game as we keep playing here. Just to like see what they want to do. I kind of hate that we're forced into like pitching our I mean, we'll just cover this up. I think this is fine. You'd never try to get me canceled. I don't think you could, Josh. You could ready to fill your deck, but I don't know how much matchup knowledge you're going to get. I mean, it's been 8 turns, and like they're just IPing a bunch, so I don't even know like which we're also doing. Like I don't care that that's what they're doing. But it is interesting because like we haven't gotten a Warhorn into play, and they've also not played a potion yet, so I don't really know like what to expect from here. I think I will actually, if we don't draw into like Warhorn here, I will throw the Peck Perfect in them, I think. Actually, am I supposed to throw the Peck Perfect, or we just throw Hammer here? No, I think throwing the Peck Perfect is fine. Kind of sad you're encountering people like that. I mean, it is what it is. Like, if respectfully, if this guy's got nothing better to do than sit and play Talishar and complain, then you know that's his problem, not mine. He's got bigger issues than I do in my life, so I'm more than happy to just sit here and let him complain about this. It is what it is. We're gonna go down to 31 here. And we're going to go blue, then Command and Conquer. You could tech plating through your whole deck and make infinite gold if they're going to pass, and then gold main for infinity. I mean, that could not be done in 55 minutes, unfortunately, Damien. But yes, that is an option that we do possess. That could not be done in 55 minutes. They were, Jay. They asked why I picked this matchup if I'm going to sit here and do nothing. We will cover this one up, and then we'll just send the hammer here. In top 8, yes. Yeah, we'll just throw the hammer. I don't really see a need to get rid of any of these cards out of our deck. Yeah, I mean, that, like, I know that we understand that. Clearly, my opponent doesn't understand that. Yeah, yeah, I'm reporting this guy after this. I hope he watches the stream back. Yeah. So we're gonna get rid of a combo piece. I am 110% reporting this guy after this. He's just literally continuing to sit here and talk about like how I'm finally attacking, and I'm just over it. I know reporting people on Talishar does like literally nothing, but mm, okay. We might like just activate. I don't know. It feels a little early to activate Warhorn with how this is going. We're just going to use AB6 here. No tree another turn. No, would rather just gain life. Okay. They've implored themselves into the situation of gaining life. I mean, I'm more than happy to just send Hammer for 7 at this point. We've already gotten one combo piece, which feels pretty good for us. If we get to, I haven't been entirely like tracking like how many times our opponents IP'd. But if we get down to like turn 20 or something, and if we get to like turn 20 and they've not put a potion into play, I will probably just crack the Warhorn on something else. It's very possible, Potch, that he's not on potions. Okay. Yep, blocking 7 makes sense, covering this up. Some people are not playing potions, Jay, which is interesting. I feel like playing against someone who has no plan for the matchup doesn't teach you much. It doesn't. I completely agree with you. It does not. I do not get the joy of learning a lot from this. And the funny part is, like, you know, we talked on Tuesday night about how me activating tectonic plating is not actually me furthering the game state. But now, you know, Damien made a good point right there. It actually is, right? I am furthering the game state because the gold and visit Goldmane estate is like a 1-turn kill if the game goes on long enough. So I think that getting to lower life, and in Swiss, it may just actually be like, oh, well, like you did it, like you beat me because like, or like we tied or whatever, because like in Swiss, like if my opponent's not willing to further the game and I am just pitching cards, I can technically just like do that until I have like 40 gold in play and then kill them in 1 turn. Damien is correct, and I just thought about that. That is something that we should aim to do. So it is actually correct to only use Hammer when we are at a life. I mean, I just call it Warhorn. Like, is there a nickname for it? But like right here, I'm happy to just like keep shipping these around. How many plow unders is that? I probably should have arsenaled that poison the well. We could have sniped Everblooms or something. Target myself. Yes, let's get that pulsing ether life out of here. That's good. And we're putting our poison the well to the bottom, which means we can actually put these like pretty close together. So hopefully we get them back at a reasonable time. See, and like our opponent playing things like Heartbeat is like actually good for us. I'm gonna pitch this in case we have to like actually attack after this or something. Or in case we like have to block. Not looking good on the stains, big dog. The cleaner says it's stronger if it sits for up to a week. Ooh. That's tough. That's tough, buddy. I'm sorry. We are going to block 8. We'll see what's on top of our deck. We already have a bell in play. We'll just put that to the bottom. We called it Toot Toot Horn. I've never heard that before. Okay. Put a tree into play. So this comes in for 7. We'll take 1. Let's see. There's a rampant growth in life right there. No trees is so interesting. I'm sorry, no potions. I mean, it's turn 17. Like, I think we're almost at the point where like we can just start like there's one more tree, right? Like we've only seen one tree so far. No, that's actually the third one. I wonder if we were just supposed to activate Warhorn there. Maybe it's a bait. Getting a snapback? Yeah, I don't think they're on potions. And then we get to block this, and if they Waning Moon us, we block that. And we're going to go blue Spinal Boulder Drop. Stay at 18. They get to keep their tree around for one more turn. Wonder if we were supposed to take 1 to blow up their tree. Could have been worth it. Ooh, interesting. So they're going to use Tranquil to put their own channel on the bottom. Okay. Yeah, we'll just block like this. This is fine. Might be worth it, but you can probably just wait for their third tree. Yeah, they blocked with their third tree earlier. Catching back up on stream right now, but a cool AB3 piece would likely be only in Wizard. I mean, that makes sense. You need something like that for like the Wizard mirror, right? There's no reason to blow this up. We're just going to pitch Grip and Arsenal Boulder Drop. We will need to play one of our Remembrance that we pitched earlier. We will need to play one of them. We can put our Surge on the bottom. It doesn't matter. We were just clearing cards out of our hand. They are out of Burn Bears, and they have 2 Light Up the Leaves that we've seen them pitch. I'm going to use Warhorn to blow up their Ring of Roses here. Are we just supposed to ship the hammer? I don't really want to attack from here. You can remembrance this back in. I think this is fine. I know, right? I don't like board state heroes, and yet here I am. I know. I know. I'm a hypocrite in the making right now. So we're going to pitch our blue. If they throw the waning moon at us, we're just going to AB2. Heart does nothing for them. Pitch this, and then we're going to pitch the Peck Perfect on our turn to the tech plating. How fast would our opponent have to play for me to be able to actually win the game with like pitching riches a bunch of times? Oh, I hate board state heroes. I despise board state heroes. I always have. To beat them, you must become them. Yeah, so they're definitely not on pots at this point. Like I agree that I think they're definitely not on pots. Which is kind of sad because our opponent's going to leave this game thinking that I'm just like some schmuck who just like looked to bully them with like playing that, but they're just on like a list that's not prepared to play against fatigue, I feel like. Yeah, no, I think Pleiades is a lot of fun. Pleiades is a really cool deck. We're just gonna pitch the Macho. It's probably just better. They'll throw a Felling or something at us, or a 7. Oh, another Heartbeat. Interesting. I mean, do we want to Amulet here? I don't think so, right? Like, Echoes could get cards out, but I don't think it's correct from here. Don't like Pleiades, huh, Kevin? Well, if you don't like Pleiades, I probably shouldn't like Pleiades either. It means it's probably not a good deck for me to play, or not a good deck for Prism to play against. Oh, are we gonna like Rampant Growth in Life right here? So we actually could have got them here. So they're amping 9, and then this is going to come in for 10. We can AB 3. We go to 11. Riches, blue, blue, Command and Conquer. And we're just going to pass. Problem with board state heroes is honestly they hard counter too many archetypes in this game. I agree. Hey, what's up, Lucas? That deck has crossed the threshold of too much tech for Prism to deal with. I mean, that's fair. Okay, Everbloom in Life, sure. AB1. How many Fellings are left in their deck? Are there any Fellings left? No. So will they ever send another attack at us is the question. I don't even know what we want to remembrance at this point. Are we just supposed to swing the hammer here, actually? Nah, it's fine. We'll just pass. Not a big deal. We could swing the hammer, but I think this is fine. Was 3 out of 6 Fatigue Pleiades. I mean, I think the Fatigue Pleiades mirror is actually quite fun to watch. It's probably an unpopular take, but I actually think it's a fun thing to watch. We're just going to pitch this to have access to AB2. So we have 2 more floating in case they throw, like, I don't know, like what else they could have here. A physical attack or something, probably. I mean, I'm convinced they'll attack us at some point. I did enjoy the Oldemir. The Oldemir was fun. Discard? Okay. I mean, sure. Just having to keep put all these dang reds back in our deck, like in all these blues and like yellows and reds back in our deck. It just feels so bad. I mean, Poison the Wells are going to be coming up here in a minute. Like, we're probably going to look to throw Boulder Drop and try to Arsenal Poison the Well. Okay. This puts my Seismic Surge off the table? Sure. So we are going to pitch this. And then, do I want to throw the Boulder Drop or do I want to throw Hammer? We might as well just throw the Hammer, right? Like, and then we're just going to play the next Remembrance that comes up. It is what it is. I mean, I think at this point we're forced into fatiguing her. Unfortunately, the first game did not go the way that I had hoped. Our Imperial Warhorn was in the literal bottom 4 cards of our deck. And then from there, this game has been very interesting. There's only 1 Rampant Growth life left because only 1 Rampant Growth and life left in their deck because we hit 1 off of a Miller's Grindstone earlier, which was pretty fortunate for us. Sure. Okay. I mean, yeah, like, we'll just keep pitching cards. It's fine. Josh, I have to be a fatigue player in this matchup, dog. Like, I don't have a choice. I've won a Verdance game 1 time playing hyper aggro offense. It just doesn't work, really. I'm sure there's a D-react here. No, just taking 4. No, I'm going to leave that on top. And we're going to see what comes this way, but we're going to just try to get a Poison the Well into our arsenal this turn. Should be like Poison the Well, Macho Grande, Poison the Well, something else. Remembrance. I think we're just going to have to play this to avoid a terrible pitch stack. I think is the unfortunate truth. Well, that was very, very fortunate for us that they just pass from there. So we are going to throw Boulder Drop for 7 because I need to clear my arsenal. They're out of Plow Unders, so even though they're not on combo, we can still try to like get Everbloom in lives or slow down their Rampant combo. They still have the other 2 copies of Everbloom in life left in their deck, and if they have the Evergreen, we're gonna have to get back like Command and Conquerors and stuff, which there are 0 of in our yard. We're probably just gonna get 3 visits here, to be honest. Oh, you spoke too soon? Dude, that sucks, man. I mean, like, we're at 11. I don't think they can kill us from 11. They would have to have double Arcane Twining. No, I think we're supposed to keep both of the wells here. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but I do think we're supposed to keep both of them. We're just going to put all 3 visits back in the deck, and then... Did they play their other Light Up the Leaves? So there's 1 Light Up the Leaves, and they pitched it 2 turns ago, which means they do not have their they do not have another one in their hand right now. Drawing 2 reds is unfortunate. We're going to Poison the Well to stifle their Everbloom in life. I'm going to make them play Sigil of Solace in response. If they want it that badly, we're going to make them do it. Getting their Everblooms is the most important thing we can do here. Command and Conquer looks pretty solid from here. I don't know what they have in their arsenal, but... Okay, so they go to 22, no ping. They probably just take 6 back to 16, and then we're going to Arsenal Poison the Well. I assumed they were going to go for the tree as the last kill piece, but that's their last tree because the other one's over here. Yeah, so... Guys on a very interesting list. It's a very interesting Verdance list. We're going to go blue, then red, and then we'll do this. Wow, what a bad hand. Double Sigil Rampant Growth in life. Okay, so their Rampant Growth in life, they're... I think they're just going to try and gain a bunch of life and amp a billion and kill us, is the game plan here. How many Golden Suns do we have left? 1 more. Is there any world where Golden Suns can close the game out from here with Barkskin? Like, are we supposed to try and pivot and throw the Golden Sun upstairs? I don't think we are, because we just want to get cards out of their deck, right? Curious to see if they block here. You're back down to 99,997. That sucks, Kyle. I'm sorry, dog. I know that's frustrating, man. Hammer hit. I am going to break a gold and target myself. I would like to get rid of their last Everbloom in life. It means that Poison the Well can comfortably be used on whatever they decide to do. Plus, we're putting a red on the bottom. They're attacking us. Interesting. We're going to block 6, play Gold Mana State. We're probably going to Arsenal, Light Up the Leaves, turn before, Sigil Rampant for 9. Yeah, that makes sense, Edison. I mean, we we can stop one of their rampant turn or one of their sigils, right? With Poison the Well. They don't really have a choice around that. So they're gonna come in for 10. As long as we have resources, we're gonna be okay. I think just doing this and making another gold is fine. Okay, discarding a mental block. Sure. I don't think I was supposed to attack there. I think that was incorrect. I think that's fine. I think I'm okay with that. If I think we're still too many cards away to be able to like actually hit like a rampant growth in life. So this has their combo pieces in it, if I remember correctly. So we've seen what, one sigil, they pitch two together in that rampant growth in life. They have no pulsing ether left. They have no plow unders. They have one red arcane twining. And they have one light up the leaves left in their deck. So the light up the leaves is the part that matters. So if they gain 4, are they out of heartbeats as well? They are not out of heartbeats. So heartbeat, sigil, that's gain 7, 6 and 7's 13. Block 3. I mean, I guess technically if they gain enough life on their turn, we will have access to AB6. Means they can't kill you, I think. Your hat is off, so you need them to take a ping somewhere. I mean, yeah, they'll have to gain life to do it, right? We'll just have to start doing the math on if it matters enough or not. Like where we are safe at with 4 blues. Red sigil and either red sigil or rampant. Well, depends on what they pitched first, right? I guess, Trent. So their light up the leaves just went to the bottom of the deck. And that's by far the thing we are the most concerned about. So we're gonna block. We're just gonna block with 3 cards. We're gonna see what's on top first. Think I'm okay with having a blue on top. Yeah, if light up the leaves goes on the bottom first. I mean, let's see. They have what? So if they have double sigil rampant, they amp 7. This comes in for. I mean, through the poison the well, they can't kill us, right? I think we're just passing here. Here's your ping. I think if you block 2 cards and tech plating. I don't think they can kill us at instant speed, right? Because it is sigil rampant into this. there is no arcane spell that kills us here. Like, they don't have any, like, arcane spells left in their deck. Unless, like, they're on a third snapback somewhere, which I would be kind of blown away by. There's no pulsing ethers left. I think we can safely send the hammer here and not die because of the poison the well, right? I think you're going to cast it and I panic. That's so funny. 7 and 8s. Can you hold off the fatigue plan? I once dealt with one that was hitting a lot over the turns like that. I mean, it can be tough. It can be tougher for sure. Let's see what they have on top. So that means they put light up the leaves down next. I mean, I don't care to leave this, right? Like, the Autumn's Touch is fine. Like, that being for 3 no longer matters the rest of the game. Okay, so they go back to 10, which is actually good for us. And then we're going to pitch Cranial Crush for the last one. I'm going to Poison the Well in response. They go back to 10. This is a lot of life. The amulet no longer matters. There was never a window for me to play the amulet right because that was an instant. Was there a window for me to play the amulet there with the second sigil on the stack? We are going to take 1. And then Striders kills us next turn. Right? If I'm correct, Striders kills us right here. Because they have 9 and we can block 3. And then the Waning Moon kills us. GG, dog. Well played. I will say, for all the grief they were giving us earlier in the game, did they just say GG there at the end? So, like... they just said weirdly fun after playing for a minute. Lol, that's kind of funny. I mean, I'm glad they got to enjoy it. So when they play the second sigil, it's if the sigil's still on the stack and we activate Amulet, they're forced to play the Rampant Growth in Life in response. So they respond. They have gained from there. They have gained. So we poison the well the first sigil. With the second one on the stack, they would have gained 5 life. And they would have came in off the Verdance ping. Right, it was the Waning Moon. So they would have came in for 7. We were at 11. We AB3 take 4. We AB3 take 4, go to 7. And then their combo turn on the following turn, we still have the blue in hand. And we're at 7 and they come in for 9. They still hit us with the same amount of damage. Like, no matter what, the same amount of pings, we don't have to take any more life. They don't have to take, like, we don't take any more life, so we fall down. Yeah, and so we stay at 7 from 11, and then we actually win if I activate the amulet. Okay, so that's good to know. Yeah, so they would have gained 3 from the heartbeat, 1 from the heart, so 4. Then 1 from the rampant growth in life, came in for 7. We AB3, take 4, go to 7. And then we have a blue in our hand. Right? Because the extra ping would have came afterwards like it did. So... Well, even if we take one of the pings, it doesn't save us, right? It doesn't matter. Because it's AB3 there or AB3 the next turn. We're still dead. Right? Like, it doesn't affect anything. Being 1 life lower than them doesn't help us. I don't think, anyway. So if we take one of the pings and go down to 10, we have access to AB6 on that turn, basically. We get to block everything else. And then when they come in for 8, we take 2, go to 9. Or to go to 8, and then we die to combo anyway. So taking 1 actually wouldn't have saved us. But the Bell does save us. So recognizing... Oh, no. Dude, it's all good, James. I mean, I admit, like, if you go back and watch the stream, like, I was a little displeased with your responses early on in the game. But that's okay, man. Like, I get it. Like, fatigue's not fun to play against. And I hope you understand that, like, I am testing this matchup from the Victor side to figure out what has to happen for me to win. So, like, I like, you played well, brother. You played well. It's really hard to pitch stack into Verdance, then cycle a lot more efficiently and get cards out. Yeah, the problem is getting cards out, right? Because, like, a good Verdance will, like, let the cards, like, the life total go down and then skull caps turned off. And so, like, it's so hard to make Hammer effective if a smart Verdance player is not going to gain a bunch of life against you in the early game. If we had Terra Sunder that game, we would have won. I'm not going to lie. I may take Potch up on the Terra Sunder idea and try that. I might try that. We might hit some last-minute pivots with Terra Sunder tomorrow. I don't know. That's an interesting idea. Is just a mispro from the nose since they could have played Rampant and reacted with a second sigil. Yeah, so Soma, if my opponent had made the play of when the first sigil gets poisoned the well, they go Rampant Growth in Life. And then from there, they play Sigil in response. They get both of them out of their hand, so they could have played around it. You are correct. We lost.
So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Yeah, I don't know. This is super interesting. Like, this matchup has really perplexed me. And, like, how we are fighting through it has been so tough. Op was not on pot combo, and we still died. If I had activated Amulet on second sigil, we win at 1 life. Op could have played around Amulet by playing cards in reverse order, and I still die. So somebody earlier referred to this as you have to, like, make hoops for them to jump through. And I think that makes a lot of sense. I think that makes a lot of sense. That, you know, like you are looking for hoops for them to jump through. And so like that is just the more layers we can add to this, the better off we're going to be. So if I was to be on Terra Sunders in the matchup, like Potch is referring to, we cut Poison the Wells and we play two Terra Sunders, and we are then required to track our opponent's rampant growth in life and keep up with where they are. And we have to track when to play the Terra Sunders. And we also need to line that up with a boulder drop if their equipment, if we have like worked through some of their equipment. We also could like try to line that up with, you know, like, I don't know, like we'd have to line it up with like a Golden Sun or like a Spinal Crush or a Peck Perfect or something. I mean, I don't know. It's tough. It's very interesting. That was a really interesting game. And I know that we were talking earlier about how the game was going, that I probably wasn't going to get anything from that. But I did actually learn a lot about what we are supposed to do if our opponent is on Sigil Rampant combo, which is really interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I've learned a lot tonight. We're going to try and take it and apply it to the matchup for this weekend to see if we can make this just a little bit better. My most recent lift gives up trying to survive the combo and just goes ham with Pummel and Terra Sunder. I mean, there is probably a world where I'm just supposed to like play a more offensive list and just like play Terra Sunder to try and fix that matchup and still just forego the Gravy Bones matchup. I mean, if we stop trying to survive combo, we could play like AB2 still, and then we could like cut these. So we cut Lantern and these 3 cards, and that gives us access to some different options. I don't know. It's weird. I'm gonna have to think about it. It's difficult but doable. You can even throw it on Hammer, because even taking 2 cards on the combo increases your survivability massively. Yeah. I don't know. Or play Syndra. I do not think I will be playing Syndra this weekend. That's for sure. I will not be playing Syndra this weekend. So anyway, I'm going to keep at it. I know that I mentioned Arc Raiders, but I actually think we talked about playing Arc Raiders at the end, and I apologize. I think I'm actually going to end the stream, and I'm going to see what the Terra Sunder plan looks like. I'm going to see what the Terra Sunder plan feels like. I know we had mentioned Arc Raiders and stuff, and I apologize, guys. I think I'm going to see if the Terra Sunder plan feels viable or not, and just seeing if we can try to pair Warhorn first cycle, attacking them, and Terra Sunders together for pitch stack to see if we can actually make that happen. Because if that can happen somewhat consistently, then maybe that's our plan for this weekend. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Guys, thanks so much for hanging out. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you guys chilling and being here tonight. Remember, no streams this weekend. I'll be calling Columbus this weekend. Got some shorts coming out, tomorrow and Monday and stuff like that. And then I'll have like my recap videos about how the calling went. Hopefully, we're talking about it going pretty well this weekend. Hopefully, we can turn this around and it can end pretty well for us. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being here. Hope you guys have a good night and a good weekend. And if nothing else, I will see you guys on Monday. Take it easy, guys. Full access to roast me.